and welcome back to the 2024 Formula 4 Saudi Arabia Championship, of course fueled by Aramco. As always, this is Aaron Thompson coming to you live now for the first race here of the Qatar Gulf Prix, of course at the beautiful, the magnificent, the wonderful Lusail International Circuit. We're about to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. The scheduled start is midnight. We'll be running for 10 laps, and if there's no safety cars on track, we'll have you at home in bed just before 12:30 at night. In just a moment we'll be going underway, as I said, but before then let's have a quick look at what's in store for us this weekend. Of course, we're running 14, 15 and 16 of March here at the Lusail International Circuit. We had the official in-season testing on the 14th. That was yesterday. We ran from 8 p.m. until midnight. It's 3 hours on track. That's what comprises of a test day. And this morning we had free practice at 8 p.m. I should say. We just finished qualifying just under an hour ago. It was scheduled to finish at 10:30, but we had two red flag resumptions, and a very thrilling experience indeed. At the end of the day, Federico Al-Rafai came out in pole position with a 156, I believe, and seems to have won a bet for Luca Felipe, my co-commentator here this weekend, who predicted exactly that, and Federico Al-Rafai has made him a very happy man indeed. In second position is Hamda Al-Kabaisi. You can see them on screen now, ladies and gentlemen. The right-hand side of your screen in the white number 10 car, you have Federico Al-Rafai. On the left-hand side of your screen, you have Hamda Al-Kabaisi in the purple number 8 car. Of course, the grid lining up in order to get ready to go out and take their positions on the track. And talking about positions, let's have a quick run through the starting grid for this, the first race of the Qatar Gulf Prix. As I said before, Federico Al-Rafai in first position, in pole position with a 156.925, just ahead of Hamda Al-Kabaisi, who follows her alongside him on the first row of the starting grid. The second row is occupied by the orange number 52 car of Solomon Zanfari, of course driving from Morocco. Solomon came out of race 1 as the championship leader, but at the end of the Kuwaiti round, Andrei Petrovic had pipped him for that position, so he's got a chip on his shoulder this weekend, and I think he's proving himself already, as his third position in qualifying is an excellent start to this weekend. Joining him alongside on the second row of the grid, we have Oscar Wirtz in the 11 car, the white car, driving of course for Austria. Oscar had a fantastic start to the championship at the trophy event in Bahrain. Not such a good piece of luck for him in Kuwait. He had a few incidences and minor occurrences which put him down the results order, but he's back up in on the second row this weekend. And on the third row of the grid, we've got Andrei Petrovic driving the red number 49 car. A bit of bad luck for Andrei in qualifying. He was on pole position, but then coming into turn 1, he had a dog-to-dog and spun out on the exit of turn 1. Couldn't get himself restarted because the dog was still loaded, and he had to be recovered by the marshals, which unfortunately ended his qualifying session after the first red flag resumption and denied him the opportunity to get in one last flying lap, and that is what put Federico Al-Rafai onto pole position. Joining him alongside the Serbian driver is the number 23 car, the light blue car of Kirill Kutskov, who starts in P6 ahead of Aurelia Nobles, the green number 22 car. Aurelia, a fantastic young driver in F1 Academy, and of course with a lot of experience in Italy as well, driving for F4 Italy. She's had a good start to the weekend. P7 in her first race is a fantastic way to go. Just a second off of pole position, and I believe she actually didn't go out after the red flag resumptions, as she was saving her tyres for races 3 and 4. So that will make things very interesting come tomorrow, because she's going to be in a fantastic position to really put herself up onto the podium. Rounding out the top 10, we have Sagar Al-Mashaj, Omar Al-Walid Al-Durrani and Amna Al-Kabaisi. Sagar, the light blue number 5 car for Kuwait. He had a good run in Kuwait, took his first race victory, if I'm not mistaken. A fantastic drive for the Arabian driver, and I hope to see him back up on the podium again this weekend. I'm sure he's got that in mind as well. The yellow number 18 car of Omar Al-Walid Al-Durrani. Omar is in 9th position, and he's driving for Saudi Arabia as always, and we saw as well he was in second position for race 3 of event 2, if I'm not mistaken. So Omar's really moving his way up the grid. As we've said before, you know, he did some testing in Sepang in Malaysia in the middle of 2023, and then he joined us in Bahrain in December, and he's really making leaps and bounds. And in testing yesterday, he was at the top of the grid to start things off, and now he's really settling into his position, and he's finding his way up the grid, and he's getting faster and faster and faster every race. In 10th position, we have Omna Al-Khabaisi in the purple number 88 car, the sister car to the purple number 8 of Hamda Al-Khabaisi. In second position, Amna having a good strong showing in the season, and really taking things under her wing to see how she can make things move forwards. Moving on to 11th position, we have the silver number 7 car of Faisal Al-Kabani, followed closely by Laura Villas in the light blue number 55 car, ahead of Jabbar Al-Thani, Abdulaziz Abu Zanada, and John Show Rodolfo Robio. Here we can see all the cars lining up on the pit lane now. Our procedure is a little bit different from qualifying, or excuse me, I should say, in the race starting procedure for Formula One, in that we don't actually go for the grid walk on the grid. We line up just outside of the pit lane in the starting positions, and then we move on to the track. We stop in our grid boxes. We do one more lap, stop in our grid boxes again. All 5 lights come on, and as they go out, we are underway. And fortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I've been joined now by Luca Philippe, my fantastic co-commentator and a brilliant driver as well. He made it all the way up to Formula 2 and then moved on to tire testing, and is now driver coaching and managing and doing a lot more than that, I'm sure, as well. Luca, can you tell us what these young drivers have to think about? Because I believe this is their first race at night, at least in this championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting because I was thinking that we didn't have these opportunities this often in the past, especially in the junior formulas. I mean, racing at night is something very special, but first of all, with the facility that we have here, and in these new generation circuits, it's amazing that you can see as good at night as during the day. Actually, in a certain view, you can even see sometimes better, because basically even the asphalt, it sort of reflects the lights coming out of the artificial lighting, and so you see from the point of view of the car that you are sitting very low in the car, you see this very bright road asphalt in front of you, and actually then the rest, a part of the circuit and all the marks that you need to see outside the barriers is more dark, so it's out of your sight, and it's very nice because actually you see perfectly what you have to see, and the rest is basically just gone. Then you see some light in the background, and it's very fascinating while driving around a illuminated circuit. But you know, it's even more one of those things that makes you feel just yourself, your car, and the circuit, and the rest of the world is basically just disappeared in front of you.
Yes, indeed. And Luca, you're the guy to tell us about this. You've done it all before. We can see that the cars seem to be all lined up now. Everybody's being called away from them as they're being started. And just before we get underway, let's have a quick look over the circuit guide once again. Now here with Luca Felipe, who can talk us through every corner and give us a rundown of the circuit and exactly what needs to happen here in order to put it on pole position and then lead your way to your first race win.
So it's an amazing circuit, 16 corners and 5.4 kilometers. This section here from turn 4 and 5 is really fast 4-gear corners. Then there is a slower hairpin, but then again fast corners 7, 8, 9 where you carry a lot of speed. But especially there is this triple apex 12, 13, 14 where you only lift, no brake, and carry a lot of speed. And then 15 is also a 5th gear corner, really fast. And then 16 is the last corner, is potentially an overtaking places. Really fast circuit, a lot of fun, 5.4 kilometers. Again, in our championship we have so many amazing circuits. So these young guys, they have the opportunity to drive in these Formula 1 circuits, new generations where you have all the kinds of technique that you have to learn, hard braking, fast corners, and different types of surfaces there and curbing, but everything that you find now in the highest categories and the highest levels. So is what they will find if they go through their Formula career up to Formula One potentially. So it's challenging, but it's something really educational for them, I would say.
And here we go now with the starting grid. In pole position, we have Federico Alrafai in the white number 10 car alongside Hamda Al-Khabaisi in the purple number 8 car. Solomon Zanfari and Oscar Wertz take up the second row of the grid in the orange number 52 and the white number 11 respectively. Andrei Petrovic and Kirill Kutskov take us on the third row of the grid in the red number 49 and the light blue number 23, while Aurelia Nobles and Sagar Almashers take us on the fourth row of the grid in 7th and 8th respectively in the green number 22 and the light blue number 5, while Omar Al-Walid Al-Duran and Amna Al-Khabaisi round out the top 10 on the fifth row of the grid in the yellow number 18 and the purple number 88. Moving on to P11 and P12, we have Faisal Al-Tabani in the silver number 7 car and Laura Villas in the dark blue number 55, ahead of Jabbar Al-Thani and Abdulaziz Abu Zanada. And the grid is rounded off by John Show Rodolfo Brobio in the red number 77 car, driving for the Philippines. We can see the procession now coming around the second sector of the circuit. I can see them on screen as they move into turn 14 now, of course led by the number 10 car, the white car of Federico Alrafai, driving for the UAE. As he comes down into turn 15 now, he's going to be warming up his tires and controlling the gap from the drivers behind him in order to ensure that he doesn't spend too much time on the starting grid. This is just the green flag lap though, however, so he will stop on the starting grid. There will be a 5-second board displayed, and then the procession will proceed around the track one more time for their formation lap. And then once they stop in the boxes at the end of the formation lap, all 5 red lights will go on, and as they go out, we will be underway. You can see on the left hand side of your screens there, ladies and gentlemen, there are 10 laps in this race. It is a sprint race, but that's what makes it so very, very, very interesting. And with drivers like Federico Alrafai, Hamda Al-Khabaisi, Solomon Zanfari and Oscar Wertz in the first 4 positions, something very interesting is going to happen, I'm sure. It looks like pole position with Federico Alrafai is on the left hand side of the circuit, and of course we're coming into a very interesting right hand corner, which is almost 180 degrees before you go into turn 2. So Hamda Al-Khabaisi may be able to make a dive up the inside of her compatriot Federico Alrafai as they come down into the first corner, and it may all depend on who gets away from the grid fastest. You can see the marshal at the front of the grid there, ladies and gentlemen. That's the gentleman in the yellow jumpsuit with the white board displaying a 5-second or 10-second a message, and in just a few seconds we will be underway for the formation lap. And you can see Federico Alrafai pointing himself quite significantly towards the right hand side of the circuit. That's the left hand side from our point of view, and I believe he's going to do exactly the same thing at the beginning of the race in order to try and cut off Hamda Al-Khabaisi from making any move against him coming down into turn 1. But he's going to have to worry about Solomon Zanfari and Oscar Wertz as well. We've seen Solomon being quite aggressive in the first 2 events, and it has paid off for him so far, and he may be able to make a move around the outside because I'm sure Oscar Wertz is going to have the inside covered. So the young Federico Alrafai, although he is an experienced hand already with a season in UAE under his belt, is going to have to look in both sides of his mirrors as they come down into turn 1, and he's going to have a lot on his plate to handle, and I'm sure he's considering that. Just now we saw at the end of the green flag lap that he had chosen to position himself I wouldn't say diagonally, but definitely pointing towards the right hand side of the circuit, so that seems to be his strategy, Luca, that he's going to try and cover off Hamda. But is that going to weaken his position with Solomon just over his left shoulder?
There is quite a bit of distance in between the starting line where the starting light are up to the first corner, so having a good start, not just the reaction time, but also being able to pull away as quick as possible without having wheel spin, but also not pulling the revs of the engine not too low, not too high with the wheel spin, just the right amount. That will make a lot of difference in terms of the speed you can reach at the end of the straight before turn 1. So it's one of those places where having a good start can make a big difference. Otherwise, if you make a bad start, there is no way that you can keep the guy behind and defend, because it is so wide, the circuit, and it's quite far from the line to the first corner. First corner you can also try to go 2 wide side by side. Why not 3? But definitely 2. So we will see people trying both ways, and don't forget that outside turn 1 could be inside turn 2. So it's also one of those things that you have in the back of your mind, and then when you get there, you will make one choice or the other.
Well, you might not get a choice to make any choice if you're going 4 wide down into turn 1, and we've seen that kind of thing happening before, because, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you have to expect from these young drivers in the Aramco Formula 4 Saudi Arabia Championship, and you can see them now all about to take their positions. It's a fantastic sight, isn't it, Luca, with all those beautiful cars coming into the grid boxes now here at the Lusail International Circuit. Federico Alrifai is the white car at the top left of your screens, ladies and gentlemen. He's an Italian native, but flying under a UAE flag, as that's the nation that he calls home. He's on the left-hand side in pole position. Hamda Al-Khabaisi in the purple number 88 on the right-hand side of your screens is in second position, and we can see Jabir Al-Thani taking his grid box as well. Jabir, of course, a local Qatari driver who's making leaps and bounds to try and get himself up the grid, and really in his first year I'm quite impressed with his progress so far. And in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be underway as all the lights go on. You can see the green flag marshal on the left-hand side of your screen. You can see everybody is in their grid boxes, and it looks like Hamda Al-Khabaisi is pointing towards Federico Alrifai as all 5 lights are on, and we're underway now as they extinguish. And fantastic start here for Federico Alrifai in the white number 10 car, but the best start of all goes to Andrej Petrovic, who looks like he's going to go all the way around the outside, as Oscar Wirtz, ladies and gentlemen, seems to be able to make a move as they go 3 wide through turn 1, and Hamda Al-Khabaisi holds on to her second position for now, while there's contact with her sister Amna Al-Khabaisi and what would appear to be Jabir Al-Thani on the exit of turn 1 as they come down now through turn 2 and into the fantastically into the fantastic section of the track as they come down into turn 4. Now Andrej Petrovic in the red number 49 battling hard with Hamda Al-Khabaisi on the left hand side of your screen, who has dropped down into third position, as Federico Alrifai's teammate Oscar Wirtz in the white number 11 car has made a move up into second position. It looks like Solomon Zanfari is fighting hard with Andrej Petrovic as they come into turn 6. Federico Alrifai, however, is moving on into turn 7 and 8 and maintaining his first position ahead of his teammate Oscar Wirtz in the sister car, the white car, the number 11 car, the Austrian driver. And wow, it's really a good start for Oscar. P4 up into P2. Not the best start for Hamda Al-Khabaisi, who slipped back into third position. But Andrej Petrovic had a fantastic start, almost made it around the outside into turn 2. But that move by Oscar Wirtz up the inside cancelled that out. And really it was a brilliant start to the race. And indeed, Oscar Wirtz has just done the best sector 2 as well, so that's very interesting to note. He's about 2/10 of a second faster than the man in front of him, Federico Alrifai, and you can see that reflected on track as the 2 white cars are very, very close indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, in these cars you need to be within 5/10 of a second to make a move, and Oscar Wirtz is currently within 3/10 of a second as they come into what would appear to be turn 14. Is that turn 4? No, that's the last corner of the track as we complete the first lap of the race. Down the main straight we go. We can see they're almost wheel to wheel as Omar Al-Wadid Al-Durrani goes very wide in the yellow number 18 car at the final corner of the circuit. They're weaving left, they're weaving right as they come down into turn 1. Now it's Federico Al-Rafai in the white number 10 car, and just behind us we have some action on track between Saudi Arabia and Kuwait as the light blue number 5 car of Sagar Al-Mashaz goes around the outside, and the silver number 7 car of the Silver Bullet, Faisal Al-Kabani, makes a move up the inside at turn 1. Fantastic drive, fantastic move there from the two young drivers. As we go back to the front of the grid, we can see Federico Al-Rafai in the white number 10 car, Hamda Al-Kabasi in the purple number 8, making a quick look up the inside, deciding against it as they come around as they continue around the circuit. Federico Al-Rafai managing to hold off his teammate Oscar Wertz. We've seen contact between these two young drivers before in Kuwait, which ruined Oscar Wertz's weekend in event 1 of the championship back in Kuwait Motor-Town, and it seems like things are different this time around because Oscar Wertz is biding his time, looking for the right position. This is a reverse of the situation in Kuwait, where Federico Al-Rafai was behind and Oscar Wertz was in front. Now Oscar Wertz is behind and Federico Al-Rafai is in front. Oscar's got to worry not just about overtaking the man in front of him though, but the woman behind him who's charging hard, the purple number 8 car of Hamda Al-Kabasi, the UAE driver, in third position at the moment, having dropped back from second on the grid into third position by virtue of Oscar Wertz's fantastic move up the inside at the start of the race. But ladies and gentlemen, Andrei Petrovic in the red number 49 car is just made the fastest first sector and second sector, and he's joining up to this pack of 4 drivers, 2 laps down in the first 4 drivers. You can barely tell the difference between them, Luca.
Andre is super quick in this lap. He's also making the most out of the
very wide for Oscar Wertz. Is he going to be compromised? Can Hamda Al-Kabasi make a move? Coming into this next corner, she has a little bit of a look, decides against it, but Suleiman Zanfari in the orange number 52 car driving for Morocco is closing up into this pack as well. So that's going to be the top 5 drivers battling for first position as we cross the start-finish line. Andrei Petrovic goes fastest overall with a 1:59.348, but they're all within 0.2 of a second as they come down now into the first corner. Hamda has a look, decides against it, tucks back in, and well, really, Luca, where should she be having a look? Where's the best point on the track to make a move?
I mean, for sure, it's a difficult situation for Oscar because he's also attacking but defending at the same time. And in this position, he has to defend definitely coming out of the next turn. So now we are in 5, and then at the exit of this corner, there is an opportunity down the inside into 6, but Hamda, she's not close enough.
Yeah, she's being challenged by Andrei Petrovic in the red number 49 car. You can see him on the left-hand side of your screens there, ladies and gentlemen. That's really taking a lot of attention away from Hamda Al-Kabasi. She wants to be making that move on Oscar Wertz. You've seen her looking time and time again, but now she's got a red car in her mirrors, and Andrei Petrovic has something to prove. Of course, he's the championship leader at the moment, and he had not the best qualifying. He was on pole and then spun out at turn 1, unfortunately causing a red flag, which ended qualifying for him. But he managed to start from 5th position nonetheless, and well, he's up into 4th position now, and he's looking for 3rd position. But Hamda Al-Kabasi is a seasoned hand and has had a fantastic showing so far this season, and indeed I believe she's done a 1:59.988 in the last lap, which is within 2 or 3 tenths of a second of the fastest man on track at the moment. So she's really holding in there, and she's been trying to make a move on Oscar Wertz. We've seen her make 3 or 4 attempts up the inside, just having a look and deciding against it, perhaps wisely trying to focus on keeping Andrei Petrovic behind her. Of course, the Rotax world champion Petrovic is an extremely experienced driver, and it's really fantastic to see him on track and her on track as well, doing us all proud. As we come down the main straight now, as we cross the start-finish line, Oscar Wertz is a personal best in sectors 1 and 3, and really he's closing up to the leader. He's within 2 tenths of a second, 0.163 seconds at the moment. You can see on track the gap is so very small. Wow, indeed.
This is amazing.
The first 6 cars now. Look at this position. Even Omar Al-Walid Al-Durrani in the yellow number 18 is, they're all on the same camera angle. It's fantastic. You don't see this in F1.
Absolutely. Top 8 also because Aurelia Nobles in P8, she has been the second quickest in the last lap. Petrovic was the quickest and he made the fastest lap of the race, but the second fastest is Zanfari and then Aurelia Nobles. And the group is basically packing up with Rifai, that definitely he has the issue of not having a slipstream, so it's is basically pulling everybody away. But Omar also made an amazing job himself and Kirill to catch up to the group, and now it's really difficult because you are defending and attacking at the same time, and a single mistake in one of those guys can cost more than one position. And we will see with 7 laps to go, many things can change also in terms of how you manage the tire and how you can keep your rhythm, especially towards the end of the race.
Yes, indeed. And look at this, Luca. Hamda Al-Khabaisi just did her personal best in Sector 1, a 43.543, and Andrei Petrovic did a 43.544. Can you get any more evenly matched than that? As they come down now, you can see as well the orange number 52 of Solomon Zanfari is ready to make a move if anybody should make a mistake as they come around the final corner of the track. Down the main straight, you can see all the pit boards out with the various information the drivers need to know as we come down into turn 1 now. Is Oscar Wertz close enough to make a move? Not quite. He has dropped back a bit by 0.3 of a second, while Aurelian Nobles is closing in. You can see Omar Al-Walid Al-Durrani as well in the yellow number 18 cloud. He's really doing us proud. He's right up on the gearbox of Kirill Kutskov in the light blue number 23 as we come down into corners 4, 5 and 6.
Wow, I mean, the group is getting tighter and tighter, and the lap time for the moment are very fast and consistent. Let's see if we will see a drop, but also we are trying and teach the guys how to keep their tires, how to not create graining while driving, and they've been learning a lot. Kuwait, the previous race weekend, was really challenging on that, and everybody has learned a lot over the weekend, and in the last race of the weekend they were able to manage to almost perfection. So I'm sure that also they can bring that experience to this event, and but who's gonna do the better job then we'll have an opportunity, an advantage at the end of the race if we don't have any safety cars. I mean, we had a very clean lap for sure. Yeah, Amna lost control in a barrel, but apart from that, we had a very clean lap. For sure, the way turn 1 is in this circuit that is very wide open, it helps also because we've seen, like we said, 3 guys at 3 wide with Amda, Oscar, and Andrei Petrovic. So that, you know, made that possible in order to have a group that went through the first lap with no issues.
You can see as well on screen now, ladies and gentlemen, the white number 10 car of Federico is still in position, but the red number 49 is right up in the gearbox, and indeed he makes a move. He closes the door coming into turn 1. A fantastic move there by Petrovic, right into the slipstream, and that compromise from Hamda may have given an opening to the orange number 52 of Solomon Zanfari, but it seems like she's managed to hold on to it so far. Solomon right up on her gearbox coming out of turn 3, and you can see her trying to defend coming down into turn 4 now, but Solomon quite aggressively up the inside of the 90 right as we come down into turn 5 as well. He manages to get in front of her, and it looks like she's going to make a move around the outside coming down into turn 6 now, and she may be compromised by Kirill Kutskov in the light blue number 23 car, but she manages to hold on in front of Kutskov while Zanfari gets in front of her. Although the battle's not over, as you can see on the right-hand side of your screen, Kutskov in the light blue is trying to make a move still. But let's have a quick look back at the action. Here we are, Federico El-Rafai leading us across the start-finish line once again, but all the action is between the purple number 8 car and the red number 49. In just a second, Andrei Petrovic is going to poke out, and he does just there, just at the right moment, maximizes his slipstream, then dives up the inside at turn 1. A very, very, very nice move indeed. Hamda, unfortunately, getting a little bit compromised, trying to regain the position, gives an opening to Solomon Zanfari coming down into turn 4, and he dives up the inside of the 90-degree right-hand corner before closing the deal through turn 5. You can see Kirill Kutskov trying to take advantage of that. Unfortunately, he doesn't manage to, but it looks like Omar Walid Alderani may have managed to get in front of Kirill Kutskov, and indeed I can see a yellow car before I see a blue car, so that may well have happened. Kirill may have compromised himself trying to make a move on the purple number 8 car, and Omar has definitely seemed to have capitalized on that. Hopefully we can get a quick replay to see exactly what happened as we come across the start-finish line once again with Federico Alderani in the leadership position, but with a new third-place driver, the red number 49 car of Andrei Petrovic. This is really exactly what Andrei needs. He's recovering from his spin in qualifying, and this is, ladies and gentlemen, why he's in first position in the championship standings at the moment, because he's just always there. He may be in second or third, but he's always there. You cannot keep him off the podium. It's really an incredibly consistent drive from the young Serbian athlete.
Yeah, and for sure he's been disappointed by qualifying, because he was for most of the time on pole position, and then after he made a small mistake and lost control, then just had to go down to the order, down to 5th. And he is quick, but it's really interesting to see how Zanfari is reacted to the gap that he had before, because he was able to close the gap within 1 lap, and he's catching up.
I think we've just jumped to a replay perhaps of what happened between Kirill and Omar, and there we go. He dived up the inside of what looked to be turn 6. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, a brilliant move. Couldn't control myself because that was amazing.
Yeah, Omar, he's a fighter, is tough, and he's a guy that
he's a guy who's going to put it at the top of the podium very, very soon indeed, and do us all proud. Because that was an awesome move. And I'm sure Kirill's not going to be happy
And he's catching Amda also at this stage. Oh, Zanfari and Petrovic very close, one to the other.
That's
Petrovic
the orange car on the
line.
right-hand side of your screen. That's Solomon Zanfari in the number 52. Is he going to make a move around the outside at turn 1? That's very brave. Indeed, as we come down now into turn 1, they're almost touching, but it looks like Andrei's managed to back him out of the corner, and he's managed to secure his position. But Solomon Zanfari is right up on the gearbox. He's gone to the right-hand side, the outside line once again. Now he's ducking up the inside, coming through around turn 2 before we move down into turn 3. The next overtaking maneuver opportunity is going to be turn 4, the 90 right. Is Solomon close enough to make a move? Perhaps he compromised himself just a little bit on the trying to go around the outside at turn 1. It was fantastic defense there from Andrei Petrovic in the red number 49 car, who maintains his third position, while Solomon Zanfari in the orange number 52 number 52 of course maintains fourth position, and is really closing in on that third spot of the Serbian driver, while Kirill Kutskov here in the light blue number 23 maintains his position in 7th, just behind Omar Walid Alderani in the yellow number 18 car, who is following closely on the gearbox of Hamda Al-Khabaisi. Hamda put it on a lockup there, second lockup there for Omar Walid Alderani. He locked up at the same corner just 1 or 2 laps ago when he overtook Kirill Kutskov, and that's a second lockup, and it's only going to get worse and worse for the Saudi Arabian driver. Is he going to be able to keep things going for another 3 laps in order to maintain his position? If he does that, I believe he will be able to be the second placed rookie, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, if Omar maintains this position, he'll be in second place for the rookie podium, as we can see. However, the overall podium is still secured by Federico Alderani in the white number 10 car, ahead of Oscar Wirtz, his teammate, in the white number 11 car, before Andrei Petrovic in the red number 49. As we come across the start-finish line, nobody sets a personal best or an overall best, but Federico Alderani does a 2:01.162 ahead of Oscar Wirtz at 2:00.987. The Austrian driver 0.2 of a second faster as Omar Walid Alderani tries to make a move around the outside of turn 1. Will he be the first person to stick it on the outside line? No, he can't make it work, but he seems to have gotten an excellent exit. Is still on the gearbox of the UAE driver just ahead of him as they come down through turn 2 and around the corner through turn 3, and will have an opportunity now to make the next overtake at turn 4. Can he have a look? No, he's definitely a little bit too far back for it this time around. As we come through turn 4 now, we can see that the yellow car has backed off just a little bit from Hamda Al-Kubaisi. He's going to settle down, calm down, and push again on, I believe, the last lap of the race.
So now we have 9 cars in a group, and this makes me very happy, to be honest, because it's really rewarding to see all these guys, within few tenths of the second, all of them with a real opportunity to win a race. For example, Sakir Al-Mosherji, that is in P9, he was the quickest guy in the last lap. So it means really that we have all those guys that they have a real opportunity to win races and score podiums. It's tough now because we can see the drop off from the tire. We started in the 59s and now we are in the 201s, which, in a very fast circuit like this, it makes a difference. And for example, we now have seen a slight mistake by Aurelia Nobles, just going off the curb. Let's see if he can maintain the position on Sakir Al-Mosherji. For sure she lost quite some time, and now Zamfar is really close to Andrei Petrovic.
Yeah, an excellent exit coming out of the 16th corner, the ultimate corner of the circuit. As they come down the start-finish line, you can see Solomon switching back to the outside line. He's tried this a few times now, but he's further along than he ever has been before. Can he go around the outside? No, it's just not quite the right line coming down into that corner. Is it possible to overtake on the outside there? Because he's going to try it again through turn 2, but he's just not able to maintain that line around the outside of corners 1 and 2.
Yeah, let's see if he can have a good exit, because he's been very quick coming out of the corners. Zamfari is really able to maximize the exit, and is what is giving him the opportunity to try and get side by side to Petrovic. And this is the last lap. The gaps are really close, but maybe Wurz is not close enough to fight Al Rifai for the win. But a very solid race for both of them. While Petrovic still has to defend his podium position if he wants to bring this home. And we also have Omar that is really super close to Amda. Definitely, maybe he can have just an opportunity in the very last corner of the race. Let's see if he can try. This is the very fast section, 12, 13, 14. It's not really a place where you can overtake, but the second last corner, which is the one that they approach now, is really crucial to carry the speed and try to get an advantage and maybe try in the braking into the last corner. And Federico Rifai is going into the final straight line.
Down the final straight line now, led once again by Federico Al-Rifai. He takes the checkered flag, but the action is between the red number 49 and the orange number 52. Can they come side by side as they cross the start-finish line? It looks like they did exactly that, but at the end of the day, Andrei Petrovic came out on top by what would appear to be less than 1/10 of a second, Luca.
Yeah, really close.
Fantastic.
Really close fight.
Really fantastic.
Really tough final lap. But more than anything, we have 9 drivers. Just look, in a very tight group. We are in a race that we had no safety car, no yellow flag, nothing. And having all those guys so close to the other, it's really promising. And
you know what it is, Luca?
Yeah.
It's awesome is what it is.
It's awesome. Yeah. Thanks. Absolutely. Fully agree. It's awesome. And it makes me very happy. It makes me very, very proud of them, because they can push each other to a higher level. Being so close, it means now they've been following each other, also slightly copying, imitating each other's line when learning exactly. And the closer the field, and the more they can learn to each other. This is what Formula 4 is about, and they are really taking the most out of this experience.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to head down to the podium to get that sorted out, but you're in good hands with Luca Philippe, and I hope you join us again tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. for race 2. Thank you very much. I'll see you again very soon.
As you can see, all the field is going now into the middle sector, and then we'll go back to the pits. And well, it's interesting to see that the track position for this race 1 made a difference, as we haven't seen many people that had so much pace advantage in order to overtake. So when you don't have so much pace advantage, it's hard to overtake. We had Omar Alderani that did a couple of really nice maneuvers, and it really made an effort to overtake both Aurelia Nobles before and then Kirill Kutskov. While Amda Kubaisi, she was in third and in second to start with, but she just had a difficult fourth lap of the race where she lost some ground. And when the field is so tight, if you lose a position, then you really give an opportunity to the guys behind, an extra opportunity again, and then you lose 1, 2, and 3, and 4 places, and so she finished 5th. Still a solid race for her, starting from the first row. So I think she can be quite happy. Maybe she won't be because she won the podium, but definitely a solid race. And here we have Federico Rifai, winner of today after a fantastic pole position. He made an amazing job, as he wasn't quite the fastest in practice, but he worked hard to improve his driving, and is congratulating with his friend and teammate Oscar Wurz. Oscar actually was really quick in practice. Maybe didn't do a perfect qualifying. He was also a little bit affected by a yellow flag, a red flag in his best lap. So Federico Rifai was on pole. Oscar was able to do a very good start, and then in the first lap was able to get the second place. It was also very close to Rifai all the time, but never quite had the opportunity to overtake. In third, Petrovic at a certain point, he looked fastest. It looked like he was faster than everybody, and he scored the first 2, but at the end he had a bit of a drop off in terms of performances, and he was struggling a little bit, probably with his tires, just guessing, and he had to defend to Suleiman Zanfari. So as you can see, Federica Rifai, the winner of today, number 10. Second, Oscar Wurz. P3, Andrei Petrovic, the leader of the championship. Suleiman Zanfari in position 4, very close to Petrovic. Then Amda Al-Kubaisi in 5th after a solid qualifying. Omar Alderani, great job by him. He overtook 2 people and has been really quick all the race. Kirill Kutskov, P7. Aurelia Nobel's first weekend with us this weekend. Ferrari Driver Academy driver. She's been really quick, so watch out. She can be one of the contenders with Omar Alderani for race 2, race 3. And then Saker Al-Mosherji has been really quick, especially in the last few laps. Maybe the fastest car in terms of the consistency. And position 10 for Faisal Al-Kabani. Good job for Faisal again. Then Amna Al-Kubezi, very unlucky after the accident in turn 1 in the very first lap. P12 for Juancho Brobio, and very close to him, almost side by side, Jabor Altani in position 13, home race for him. Abdulaziz Abuzenada, position 14, just in front of Laura Villers. So we now hear from the drivers and the leaders of today, race 1.
Andrei Petrovic, one more time on podium, third position. You were really fast in the pre-practice. You were really fast on the testing. Your expectation after Kuwait, I think, are a little bit higher than the beginning. And you had some fun movement on track, some really nice overtake even at T1 on Zampari. So how was your perspective of the race?
Yeah, if you look at the overall picture, the result is not bad, but I'm a little bit disappointed. I know I have the speed to win. I just couldn't deliver now. It's a shame what happened in quali, but I think I can come back for next races. I need to improve a little bit on driving in dirty air, but other than that, it's looking good.
Well, you have still 3 races tomorrow, so it's still a long weekend. You can do it, I think.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
So third place for Andrei Petrovic. Now, after the Kuwait weekend, is now aiming for wins and aiming for keeping his lead of the championship. And now we hear from Oscar Wurz. Second place today, solid race, really good start for Oscar.
Oscar Wurz, second position. You had a really, really good first lap. Could you just tell it? How did you move and just overtake so many cars on that lap?
It's all secrets. No, no, but it's no. I had a good start. Yeah, I was really happy with my start, much better than before. Yesterday I did a practice start and it went terribly, so I was a bit nervous for the start, but I had a really good start. And then into turn 1, I was battling with Hamda, and into turn 2 I managed to overtake her. So I was focusing on Freddie afterwards, and he was a bit too fast for me. I got close at one point. I made him defend, but no, but I couldn't. He was a bit too fast, so I couldn't go for the win. Yeah, but I think I did quite a good job. A bit better than expected, you could say. No, but I'm quite happy. P2 is still a solid result, and let's hope for better tomorrow. So.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, from the outside, it looked like maybe you could overtake him, but you never wanted to do it, or you didn't have the speed.
Yeah, well, like on this track, I think the main overtaking point is turn 1. And the only problem with turn 1 is the corners before is sector 3, and the sector 3 is all high speed, so you get a lot of dirty air. So it's like, I think I was faster than him in sector 1 and 2, but sector 3 he always pulled the gap, and so I could never really go for it in turn 1. At one point I got really close into turn 4, but you can't do anything in turn 4, so like there wasn't much for me to do. Yeah, we can analyze the data and see. Maybe I can go for a move somewhere else and surprise him tomorrow, but we'll have to see. Yeah, no, but I think it was quite good. So,
good job, Oscar. You did really good. Not quite good.
Yeah, fully agree with Marcello. Really good job for Oscar Wurz. Solid second position, good start, good points for him after not a fantastic weekend in Kuwait. So this is the way to start a weekend with a podium, with a good race. And now we hear from Federico Arifai, the winner of today, and also the poleman after a solid pole position.
Federico Arifai, one more time on the first step on the podium. Everything seems to be too easy for you today. Can you tell us about your race?
It was a good race. Had a pretty good start. Oscar was quite close. I had to maintain a gap to him. Kept pushing, struggled a bit with front left graining, and had a bit of a drop off in the end. But I think all of us were in pretty similar conditions, all pretty much same speed. So, yeah.
Do you believe the toe is going to affect even the next races, or you could handle it even this one?
I think the toe definitely plays a bit of big part into overtaking into T1. However, it's not that strong, to be honest, so it should be okay to handle.
So good job one more time. Go enjoy the podium.
Yes, absolutely. Enjoying the podium is the most important thing after a long day, a long night with these guys, young guys that arrived here in Qatar, in Losail. And you know, it's very intense when it's race day and you start in practice and you have to finalize all the little details. And when it's qualifying time, you have to put all together, not just the lap time, but also finalize the setup with the engineer and the strategy, what time you want to get out on track, if you want to use one set of tires or two, and how you want to do your warm-up procedure and preparation. And then you plan all that, and then within 1 second you may have a red flag or a yellow flag or something that can change upside down on your plan, and then you have to start over again. So it's very stressing. Not always things go to plan, and then after that you have race one, so it's a very intense day. Let's see what these guys went through during race one. You have the start with maintaining the lead for Federico, while Oscar Wurz made a solid start. Here we have Amna Al-Kubaisi, unfortunately losing control after a contact, and Federico Arifai maintaining the lead. And here we have Andrei Petrovic moving up the field in P4 after starting P5. And here, fantastic move, roll the speed, release the brakes, goes inside of Amda Al-Kubaisi, and Zanfari in the same lap just took the advantage of Amda being a little bit under pressure, and Omar Alderani locking the tires and sending it on the inside. And the fight for the last podium position between Zanfari and Petrovic never ended until the finish line. They've been side by side more than one, and they finished very close with our top 9 in only 4 seconds. And again, you know, this is really promising to have these very young drivers able to push each other to the limit, being all of them so fast. Let's see the start again. This was the crucial moment of the race. Federico on our right hand side, Amda on the left. Federico had a very good start. He just went straight to maximize the traction, and then we have Oscar Wurz trying the inside, and then 3 wide into the first corner with Amda for a moment maintaining second place, but Oscar Wurz was able to grab second position right at the beginning of the race, and definitely that was crucial in order to keep second place. And here, very good job by Amda in maintaining the position to Petrovic that tried the inside in turn 4 in the first lap. So here we have the start from the drone, and as you see, it's very compacted, the group. And into turn 1 we see right behind the tribune that we have a couple of cars going out of the track, Faisal Al-Kabani and then Amna Al-Kubaisi rejoining the track, unfortunately for her, in last place after spinning into turn 1. Definitely not a good start for Amna, unfortunately, but Amna will definitely have an opportunity in race 2, race 3 tomorrow evening. So just half a day for her to regroup, and then tomorrow she will have another opportunity. This is one of the most amazing circuit. Now is the layout since the same since when it was built, but they have been resurfaced the asphalt recently, and the asphalt has an amazing grip. but also it's really smooth and really flat surface that makes the grip of the cars really amazing. But also the curbing, they have been doing a fantastic job in extending a little bit the width and the height. So generally, the size of the curbs that for Formula cars are very effective, because if you run too much over the exit curb, then you might lose the line and lose time. So definitely a fantastic layout, especially by night. It's amazing to drive here, and is one of those circuits that these drivers, if they have the opportunity and the skill to go up to the junior formulas and then higher categories, they will find along the way. As just last week we had the World Endurance Championship racing here, then of course Formula 1, and this has been one of the most challenging races of the history of Formula 1. This is what the drivers had to say when the race was over. So is one of those circuit where you need to learn, you need to see the secret. So it's good that in a junior formula like Formula 4, our drivers, they can learn so early in their career. So it's one of those places that it will remain in their let me say book diary of their circuit that they raced in. Then we have been in Kuwait, another amazing circuit, Kuwait Motor Town, very technical, 19 corners, changing of elevation. It's been different, the Kuwait compared to Qatar, but it's nice that we can give them all new generation high-level circuit, but with different characteristics. And then, even before Kuwait, we went for the trophy event in Bahrain, which, you know, Bahrain is now already an historical circuit, one of the first to be built in the Middle East. Very nice, very technical, very advanced, where the drivers had some of them, the first try on a Formula 4 car. Is a circuit where you have to maximize the braking, and it also delivered amazing races, because the slipstream, it's really crucial, it's really important, and we have seen also challenging and interesting races over the course of the weekend. So we started in Bahrain, we went in Kuwait, now we are here in Qatar, fantastic venue, and then finally for the final rounds of the championship, we will be in Jeddah, another Formula 1 circuit, and again with the night race. So we race by night again, so these guys they will be now used to racing by night, and the schedule is also a little bit unusual, as we all wake up a little bit later, have breakfast, and then we don't arrive at the circuit until more or less 6 p.m. local time, and then we go through the briefings and we get ready and so on, and the action starts around 8 p.m. local time until basically 1 p.m., which is basically now for us. So thanks for following our races, and even if wherever you are around the world, but here is night, here is almost 1, but it feels like it has been a long day from one end, but there was so much action, so much going on, that we didn't have a single moment to think about it or to look at the watch. So the day was long, but went through very quickly. This is race control, the building that you see at the beginning of the pit lane on the right hand side of the screen, is where the stewards and race director is based. Our race director is she is a girl. She is a very successful race director that she does also Formula One Academy. Neo Santa Maria, she has got a really good experience. She does GT World Challenge, GT Open, and she's very busy race director, and we're very happy to have her here. She has a group of several stewards from different region, mainly from Qatar, but also from other countries, and we have 3 stewards that they can judge our drivers, and they can definitely judge them, but also teach them and explain what are the rules and how to behave. And then ourselves as coaches of the championship, we help the driver in the preparation and in explaining them not only the rules but also how we operate over the races, and we try and anticipate what is the way to approach the races as a driver. So here we are with the podium. As you can see in front of us, we have our podium. We're waiting for the top 3 finishers. Very fancy, very nice, by the way. Thanks, everybody. And we will see very close. I can hear Aaron Thompson starting to call the drivers. And yeah, finally we have the podium. Formula 4 Saudi Arabia. And third,
Andrei Petrovic!
Andrei Petrovic in third.
And in second position, Oscar Wirtz! And in first position, Federico Rapaz! Now may I please call on Mr. Frank Becerra to present the first place trophy for Frank Becerra from the QMF, the race director.
I do try by monitoring on the side, monitor, and it flows up the right side of the desert like a turn.
And now for the second place trophy.
One of the stills goes on with it.
And now for first place
to
trophy.
reduce by 50% by tomorrow, fingers crossed.
Now the next one. Very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now a brief photo opportunity. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
It's really bad for TV and film.
well, we have seen the top 3 of the overall category, and Definitely all three, I think they have to be pleased with their day so far. It was important for the leader, Petrovic, to remain in touch with the podium position again, and then for Oscar Wurth to have a solid start of the weekend after a difficult weekend in Kuwait, while for Federico Arifai, I would say a perfect start of the weekend with a solid pole position and a solid win. We will have two more podiums, the rookies and also the ladies podium. So the rookie category is also an important category, as some of these drivers, they have already Formula 4 experience or junior Formula S experience. So of course at this age it make definitely a difference. So we also want to make sure that the rookies, they have all the merit they deserve. And in fact, here we have Kirill.
And in first position, Andrei Petrovic. And now may I please call Mr. Frank Vasseur from the QMF race director to present the third place trophy.
So here we have the top three rookies.
Second place trophy, please.
Kirill Kutskov, Omar Aldrid Alderani, and Andrei Petrovic.
And now for the national anthem, please.
And here we have the top three rookies. Yeah, congratulations to Andrei Petrovic, Omar Aldrid Alderani, and Kirill Kutskov As you can see from Kirill's body language, he wasn't maybe super happy from today's race, but he has definitely an opportunity tomorrow for race 2 and 3 and 4. Not just him, but all our drivers. Tomorrow is a long day for all of them. 3 races with race 2 and 3 with a reverse grid of the second and third fastest lap of qualifying, while in race 4 we have the fastest lap that will count for the final race of the weekend. Just as a reminder, race 1 and 4 they have full points, while race 2 and 3 you just have half of the point of for the championship. So every time you finish practice, then you go into qualifying, and then you have to make a right strategy to have the best tires possible for the rest of the races. As you can see, we have the girls' podium with Amdal Kubaisi and Aurelia Nobles. Here we have on the podium Amdal Kubaisi, the winner of today. We have several really fast and competitive girls in our championship. Aurelia Nobles in second, and Amna Al Kubaisi in third. But Amna was now probably going to the steward for the contact she unfortunately had at the beginning of the race. So we have seen our podiums, we have seen the first race of the weekend. Thank everybody. See you tomorrow for race 2, race 3 and race 4. Follow us, Formula 4 Saudi Arabia Championship certified by FIA. See you tomorrow. Thank you.